Now recording, or whatever it said.
That was
Yeah.
more robotic though. It was like weird robot game show host. Now recording. Now recording. It wasn't true though. Now it's actually true.
Now we are all recording.
I'm actually recording now. Checking my levels. Yeah. They're pretty fucking good, honestly. I've done this before.
I feel like my pop filter is a net negative because I don't pop quite as much, but I do hit the fucking thing with my hands, which is worse.
Mine's like a little hat that keeps my phone from falling off because it would otherwise.
My microphone's just out of arm's reach.
So I got a little pop filter hat. There you go.
All right, and we're all in our earphones. Or headphones.
My mic.
I got no snare in my headphones. Can you turn up? Can you turn up my snare?
Can I get more me in the monitor?
God damn it!
Put 2 pairs of headphones on. Turn them all off. Let's go.
All right, so a quick status update for everybody. I don't think there are injuries. I am incorrect. Augustyn.
I am very injured. I had a bullet in the face.
Augustyn has 4 wound levels. He's at the wounded health level. He has a -2 dice pool penalty. It's all stuff that he can heal, though. Augustyn is down to 9 of 15 blood points. Voxe also 9 of 15. Darby is down to 5 of 20 blood points.
I show 6.
You were healing. Oh, I think the last one might be you got like 1 level of damage and you immediately healed it.
Okay.
That might have accounted for the difference. Willpower is spent to Augustyn's down to 3 of 6. Voxe is down to 3 of 5. Darby has 6 out of 7 willpower points left. And we ready to go?
Yeah. What happened in the previous turn? I think this is maybe only the second time that we've had combat like carry over a full session. I just really don't remember what was going on last time.
Well, I wrote up a whole intro last night that'll
awesome.
set the scene narratively and also like what really combat. 2 of the bad guys were killed, and then combat suddenly stopped when Alpha Team showed up. But let's get into it like this. Welcome back to New Cammack. The fight continues in the basement parking garage of the headquarters of Timeshare Condos Unlimited, a sinister-seeming multi-level marketing company that has a suspiciously well-outfitted security force. Here, Darby, Augustyn, and Voxe first encountered Bravo Team, which is now mostly defeated, with Bravo 6 patrolling on the second floor, unaware of the carnage that has unfolded, and Bravo 3 cowering in fear of Darby and Augustyn, having seen Darby murder another guard in front of him, and having failed to get even a reaction out of Augustyn after emptying a magazine into him with a submachine gun. Then, Darby and Augustyn discovered the 4 abnormally large and monstrous members of Charlie Team, who pummeled Darby with the bone spikes that protruded from their knuckles. After killing 2 of the 4 brutes on Charlie Team, the garage door opened to reveal the arrival of Alpha Team, a group of 4 especially authoritative-looking security guards. Moments earlier, in the room for monitoring the security cameras on the 3rd floor, the security room? The camera room? The monitoring room? I don't know what people call those in real life.
Security room.
Security room. Voxe used the building's intercom system to announce the approach of Alpha Team to her allies. She also received a disturbing vision of body parts from multiple people being melded together into a creature, and she recognized the body parts in this vision as coming from the 3 missing members of Father Palladian's team of Catholic-themed hunters. Shifting her focus to the security monitors, Avoxe happens to recognize one of the members of Alpha Team as Kurt, the person who answered the invitation that Prince Archibald sent to the Horseman Famine for a chess match at Club Wonderland. Other notes, Darby's, I believe, unnamed squirrel and Augustyn's bear cub Paddington have both gotten spooked and have run off into the darkness of the far end of the parking garage. Also, the team has been hearing what sounds like strange whispers from overlapping voices in the direction that the animals ran off to. So you're in a basement parking garage. It has one entrance to the outside. That door just came up, and you see the 4 members of Alpha Team step up into the threshold, and the one that Avoxe recognizes as Kurt from Club Wonderland says, "Whoa! The fuck is going on here?" And you see everything kind of freezes for a moment, and you see his gaze kind of goes across everything in the parking garage. He sees Darby, who is dressed as Bravo 5. He's wearing the uniform and name tag of one of the members of Bravo Team. He sees that Bravo 2, who's now nicknamed Mike S. the Ficus, is being puppeteered by a ficus tree, which has grown inside of his body thanks to Augustyn's magic / sadism. And
really kind of forgot about that. It was really gross.
It's still a thing. So
he's still alive. I believe he was still alive. Oh.
His body is
might still be.
animated. In the last session,
years ago, he was screaming while all this stuff was happening. It was not great.
Well, he's the ficus inside of this corpse or alive dude has been commanded by Augustyn to grapple with one of the members of Charlie Team who's fighting with Darby. And amazingly, given that all of the Charlie Team members are big, huge dudes, Mike S. the Ficus rolled really well and is successfully holding back one of the dudes that's still alive and trying to fight Darby. In the last session, it was mentioned that as this puppeteered thing was coming at this member of Charlie Team, it did look to Darby like it sort of glanced over at him with eyes that still had life in them. Like it was no longer in control of its body, but it was just along for the ride while all of its organs were being shredded up by a tree inside of him.
Very unsettling.
Very strange. So Kurt's looking around. He sees Charlie 1 now seeing the arrival of Alpha Team and standing still, just huh? While Mike S. is grabbing onto him. Bravo 3, who's the one who shot up Augustyn and was convinced Augustyn was in fact a doctor, like he claimed, ran off in fear into the far end of the parking garage, but skidded to a halt seeing the arrival of Alpha Team, and he turned around and he's starting to come back toward you to join them. He looks very spooked, but a little emboldened by some allies showing up. Bravo 4 is still unconscious on a bed. It looks like he was beaten badly. He's been unconscious this whole time, even before you showed up. On the ground, Charlie 2 has a huge gaping neck wound from Darby's chompers and is just dead in a pool of blood. And Charlie 4, behind Darby, Augustyn commanded fungal spores to decompose and dissolve Charlie 4's skull while he was still alive and fighting Darby. So many gross deaths in this fight. So everything stops for a moment. Kurt is looking around at this scene, and there's just a moment of silence as everyone is kind of assessing this. Bravo 3 runs up.
Wait, do I get a chance to interact?
Interrupt at any moment.
Yeah. So, sorry. So, as soon as Darby sees the confusion on the guy's face, he unearths a blood-curdling call for help. Help! They've turned on us! And he's trying to
eye contact with. Like, who are you
with Kurt. With Kurt. I'm looking right at him, and I'm screaming for help. And I got just like terror in my face, and I'm trying to fool him, and I'm like, help! Oh my God, they've turned on us! And I try to stand behind the one that is like manhandling me. Like, so my action, if we're into that, is to like stand behind him so they could light him up with bullets. Like,
what's your performance stat like?
No, this would be subterfuge.
I don't have any subterfuge, but I was trying to lean on my wits. This was I have a specialty in changes in strategy, and this is a significant change in combat strategy.
Okay. Let me show what happens if you don't have subterfuge, which is a talent. If you don't have that, okay, there's no like penalty if you don't have that talent.
Just no dice.
Oh, with a +1 difficulty.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what you would do. So you are trying to convince Alpha Team that you are a member of Bravo Team properly.
That's correct.
And everyone else around you, all the other bad guys, are attacking or have gone rogue and
the other guy in Bravo Team is gonna ruin this. Like, this is a temporary solution, but Darby's calculation is that these people all kind of know each other, and so he couldn't just be like, it's a monster. He'd have to be like, they're freaking out, you know, like the monkeys have escaped the lab type of vibe. And so that's the play that he's making. And while doing that, he's trying to accomplish two other goals. He's trying to get behind the guy, which is incidentally closer to the car that Darby was interested in eyeballing a way out or a vehicular weapon, however we can make use of the vehicle. He's getting in position to take a swing at the car, to go for the car. But his sincere hope is that Alpha Team will just shoot the shit out of this giant guy.
Okay, this is really interesting. So given that Darby does not have any points in a subterfuge, this would be at a +1 difficulty. I'm going to say, for other reasons, it's going to be at an additional +1 difficulty, which feels generous. So this is going to be an opposed roll. Darby's going to roll I'll let you do wits. Wits at difficulty 8 versus Kurt, who's going to roll subterfuge plus intelligence at standard difficulty.
So I want to make one more argument in my own favor versus the difficulty roll before we do this, and that is, are you already factoring in the uniform? Because I went. Maybe that's the only reason I'm allowed to try this at all. But I didn't know if that would affect the difficulty roll.
I like where you're going with that, and I think that would be more compelling if Darby still had the helmet on, which would obscure his face. But that got punched off of him by one of the Charlie Team guys.
So question: is there any way for me to contribute to his role with my proximity to him and my seemingly very wounded self? Like, God, the mindless ferocity.
Are you helping him?
Because I have a lot of subterfuge with a specialty in impeccable lies. And I want to make him believe that
You
the
also
bullet
have
holes
impeccable
are from.
But I can't help from here, I don't think.
I'm just trying to imagine how Bravo 3 is going to feel about this happening. Like, his best friend is a ficus. And then these guys are trying, on a dime, are just trying to pretend like they're on his team.
Can I dominate from here?
Oh no, you don't have that power. That is a thing, but you're not high enough level to do it.
But yeah, with 4 points in subterfuge, is it possible for me to play along and add to his dice pool?
But you don't look like their team, right?
No, he's just trying to make the situation seem more believable. That there's like a catastrophe taking place. Oh, I love that. And Darby would too. If in the moment, like Darby acknowledging that you're going along with this harebrained scheme would be finally enough to get you to zero. Yeah, it's not like a positive feeling, but it's zero for sure.
So, Augustyn, your injuries came from Bravo 3 shooting you, right? That's where those came from?
Yes.
Yes.
They shot the shit out of him.
I am perforated, as it were.
And one of those shots did go through your head.
Yes.
That was my homebrew rule. If you're doing automatic fire, 10s on the damage roll.
That's right. Headshots.
Equal headshots, which is why you have one.
I'm
one
mad
refill
ugly
and
right
the rest are...
now.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear what Darby said. What does Augustyn back him up with?
God, the mindless ferocity! I can't heal in these conditions! And I gesture wildly at my seeds and my wounds and, like, really playing up just how, like, just brutalized I am right now.
Okay. That'll also be difficulty of 8, but you get to combine your successes versus Kurt's roll.
Okay,
so,
and I'm using subterfuge?
Yeah, subterfuge plus manipulation. Which, wow, is a lot of dice for you. So Darby got 2 successes.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
There you go.
I only had 4 dice, so I will take that.
And then
I have 2.
2 successes.
1, 2.
3 if 10s count for 2.
Do you have a relevant specialty?
Impeccable lies.
Didn't really matter. This guy got a 0.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
He didn't botch. It was close.
So, garage door comes open. Alpha team marches in. Kurt says, "The fuck is going on?" Looks around. All of a sudden, you guys start yelling at him. And you can tell from the look on his face, he's like, "What?" And he starts, and he stammers a bit. He's So all of Alpha Team starts like fidgeting, and Kurt says, "Charlie Team, stand down!" And Charlie 3, who's next to Darby, like nods and takes a step back. Charlie 1 can't do much of anything because he's still being grappled by Bravo 2, Mike S. the Ficus. And Bravo 3 runs up. Let me reposition this guy. Runs up next to Alpha Team, and they start a conversation. You guys can interrupt at any time.
I'm really eyeballing this car and eyeballing for Augustyn to get in the other side of it during the very brief moment that they're confused.
I am absolutely in sync with you and following.
Okay, so in the next few seconds, Bravo 3 is looks terrified. He's hastily trying to reload his gun because he emptied his magazine, and he's stammering. He's like, no. These guys, they came in. They've been fighting. We're I don't know what's you stop them. We don't know them. That guy's a doctor. He seems cool, but I don't know what's going on. Just everyone reassess.
He seems
Forgot
cool.
that he was very fooled by the doctoring.
He had even seen Augustyn before. He would have recognized him from the van chase, but there was a role for it, and he absolutely did not recognize Augustyn from the van chase. So
That guy's fine.
in the 5-10 seconds of those words being exchanged, you guys are running into that car, and
That's right. And if there's no keys in it, we're just fucked. Like, we're just like pot committed to this plan. Maybe we'll lock ourselves inside. I don't know, but we are in the car.
Like, fired a car before in this universe. But I'm kind of far away.
Avoxe, do me a favor and just roll 1d10 standard difficulty. Let's say this is going to be a very key roll for us.
Oh man. Okay, that looks like a success. Is that what she wants?
That's a success.
Yes.
So, car's unlocked. Hop in. You find keys in the ignition.
Lock the door.
So
Done it.
y'all are gonna leave me.
And much like you left us through that entire combat sequence against the most overwhelming odds that we faced in the campaign to this event, she gave one verbal warning the entire time, and Darby still had to quick think his way out of that. So he's not feeling particularly thankful, and his messianic complex is very much giving him all the credit for getting out of this situation anyway. So, and no, in no way, Excavo, whatever name you're going by now, is at top of his shit list. Anyhow, so
we're
no,
trading
this
the
second thought, and is just like deuces, drives through the guys, like just guns it the shortest possible distance to get out of the gate that Alpha Team left open and back on the street.
So we're just trading.
You would need a lot more
Darby's
momentum to gut through him.
Darby's feud with Augustyn is now just a new feud with Avoxe.
It's not a feud, but she was like the voice of shittiness when Darby went full dark side.
That's a way to phrase it.
So when we're in the vehicle, I assume my phone is not like. Did my phone get perforated, or is it functional?
Phone's fine.
Had to roll for that. Oh, lucky. Generous.
Cool. I do shoot Excavo a quick message, though I'm sure she sees what's happening on the security cameras.
Because I'm
mostly
in the middle of
because I've
trying
been
to get our footage off of those cameras.
But I do shoot her a quick message, mostly because I've wanted this whole scene to say the phrase "leg it."
Say what?
At least leg it.
Leg it.
Yeah, if you yell too loud, it'll just cut your audio.
Oh, sorry.
Still too loud.
Okay, so seeing a window of opportunity, Darby jumps into the driver's seat. Augustyn jumps into the passenger seat. Car starts. Augustyn's focusing on firing off a text message to Voxe. Darby intends to just floor it and go right out the still open entrance.
Yep.
You presumably pop the headlights on. If Augustyn glanced to his right, he would see, illuminated by the light bouncing around, the form of his bear cub crawling away with Darby's squirrel still off in the far end of the parking garage.
Still ready to keep going.
And so Bravo 3, Alpha 1, Kurt are talking to each other. They hear the car start. They turn around, And both of them put their hands up like, no, 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 just stay in here. And Charlie 3, who's right in front of the car, steps in the path of the car and tries to stop you. And your intention is just to drive through everyone and get out?
Yeah, I mean, so what do I know about the car? I guess
it is. It's a very corporate looking company car SUV. It's all white. It has the TCU logo on the side.
Yeah, I mean, I think my best bet is the car. So I am attempting the path of least resistance. So I think I'd be trying to avoid the big guy if I could. But if he steps in front, then yeah, I'm going through him.
How about this? I'll say it'll be a driving roll for you to avoid the big guy who looks like he might actually have a chance to stop the movement of your car. Mm-hmm. And if you succeed at that, then you're just going to go through just, bodies, just normal humans who are normally not very
debris.
I mean, you're going from 0 to hitting somebody. I don't think you'd have
the debris
to go through, right?
Well,
he's using that shitty faux manual shifter that all these automatics are coming with nowadays. Secretly, actually has a use, and that's apparently blood misting giant bodies at no acceleration.
That's how it works.
Sorry. Yeah, clearly. My head canon.
The paddle shifters?
Yeah.
Like on the... Where you can manually gear up.
But if you fail the driving roll, then this guy's going to have a roll to see if he is strong enough to block your car, or at least get himself caught underneath it. So this
can I will myself to driving success?
I wish I could say yes, but application of willpower here doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Okay, that's why I was checking, just making sure.
So, given the close quarters, I'm going to say difficulty 7, but it's going to be drive plus wits, definitely.
All right, tens are going to count for double here. No bonus for potence or dexterity. Okay. Just a flat roll. Let's go. That's a fail.
That's 0 successes.
Yep. 0 successes.
So you get behind the car, turn on the headlights, floor it, and you're trying to get around this big guy, but you just don't have enough space to maneuver. And he just steps out right in front of you. And what should this roll be? Hang on 1 second. Let me see what he's got to roll with. So this would be strength. I think strength plus athletics makes the most sense. Okay. And difficulty is I'm gonna say difficulty should be 7. I'd put it higher, but it's really, or I'd put it lower, but the car is moving and it's harder to to grapple with something big that's like, it works out to 7 in my head. So that guy, you come at him and his big, weird, monstrous hands with like spikes coming out of his knuckles slams down on the hood, and he starts pressing against your bumper, trying to just keep you in place. And his roll, also
he didn't get it.
No successes. So So he slams with his hands down on the hood, and very slowly you are starting to scoot him in the direction of Alpha Team, who happen to be lined up much like bowling pins.
I noticed that too. That was definitely the inspiration for this strategy. Thank you for setting it up that way.
So, so you hear everybody yelling. Alpha Team, Bravo 3, pointing at you, yelling. You can't really hear what they're saying because you're revving the engine. Windows are up. Bravo Team panics, and as you're kind of passing by all of them, does automatic fire into the car.
This is where I die.
Well, did you ever like get a turn other than performing? You could heal at any time. Just like pointing that out. Any turn you have, you can spend 3 blood. You can heal.
Do I have a window?
Yeah, you can
at this time
heal. You had a few seconds. You absolutely could have healed in that time. Would you like to?
I would love to max out how much I'm able to heal real quick.
All right, that's 4 blood
putting
for getting back up to full health.
Beautiful.
Those sound better.
But Augustyn, you were down to 5 blood, and you are now hungry.
And we didn't need a success earlier, but he did not factor in his wound penalty to his rolls.
Oh, I forget that sometimes. But yeah, please help me stay honest about that.
Well, it doesn't matter anymore, but yeah.
Kimber is sitting there just like a little gentleman on his ottoman.
He's so
He
good.
is a little kitty guy?
Ottoman.
Yeah.
It's very proper.
He's so good. Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be automatic strafing fire. Multiple targets with 1 shot that empties magazine. That adds 10 dice and adds 2 to the difficulty. Successes are divided evenly among all targets. Dodging is not going to be possible.
Wait, is the car a target, or are we just assuming the car is adding to the difficulty?
The 2 of you are targets, and the fact that there's some parts of a car in the way is not going to really have much of an effect on this roll.
Okay.
So
I trust.
Yeah, having bullets go through cars really easily. There are few parts of a car that can really stop a bullet. Weirdly, the spot in between the front windows and the back windows, I don't know what you call that like wraps around the sides of the car. Those tend to be really reinforced because when a car flips upside down, that's structurally the part of the car that keeps the whole thing from just pancaking. So they tend to reinforce that, and those tend to stop bullets, as well as like the engine block and to some degree I think the axles. I just took a whole like class about this stuff, so it's fresh in my mind. So
you got yourself a data drive.
So that'll be 16 dice, difficulty 8 for this shot.
Oh, jeez.
And let's see what it gets. Difficulty 8. Got 1, 2, 3 minus
That's a
4. Well, it's just failure. All right. So with Charlie 3 on your hood, just kind of at this point, not stopping you, but riding. And he has his heels dug in, so you feel a little bit of resistance, but it's not really impeding your escape. You are passing through the crowd, and Bravo 3 just like fires through the car. All of the windows shatter. You feel bullets like whipping around your head. It's like 30 rounds going just through the car. And as you make it past Alpha Team and to the entrance, you just kind of assess. You're like, oh, he missed. He was right next to us. Submachine gun. Missed. You see Kurt pull out a walkie-talkie, and he's saying something into it, but your engine's revving, and there's automatic gunfire happening, so who knows what that was.
We got some heightened senses over here. That doesn't help.
I don't think you would want to turn on your heightened sense of hearing.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Like Superman problems. I hear you. I hear you.
So everyone sees that you are flooring it and you are on your way out, and everyone like takes a step back or leaps away for dear life.
So before we escape, do I have time to send out my prehensile tongue? And there's just like so many prime targets for this, but I think the most baller thing to do is to grab my hat.
You're talking about the
helmet that the guy knocked. What? No, that's upstairs in my bundle of stuff.
Oh, the enemy's helmet.
I hid my supplies upstairs, but yeah, my my helmet, my bulletproof helmet that completes my outfit. I just want to go full Indiana Jones and grab it and drag it like with me as we flee. As the garage doors. Like, yes, that's exactly what I want to happen.
Oh fuck. So on the way out, under a hail of gunfire, Darby opens the driver's side door and leans out, and still looking forward, so he's seeing where he's driving, out the side of his mouth for the second time in the fight, shoots the tongue out, and does a difficulty 7 dexterity plus athletics roll that you can add your celerity dot to.
Okay, so that is
wild.
9 dice. It's rolling. It's rolling. So the drama. Rolling the dice. Let's go. Roll more. Okay. 4 successes. Look at this. Look at this. Yes. Let's go.
Look at this.
So with 4 successes on the way out, Tokyo drifting a little bit, Darby opens up the door, and with his bizarrely long, I think it's at least 3 feet long, this weird long forked sharp tongue, reaches out, not only picks up this TCU guard armored helmet, but does this like Fred Astaire roll like down the tongue and somehow onto the top of his head, and then just slams the door, hits the gas, peels out, and you're back on the streets of downtown TCU, having survived that encounter and having left behind a Voxe and the squirrel and Paddington.
Bear.
And
all that stuff is a Voxe's quest now, but we are in full. First off, I spare myself 1 wink at Augustyn right after all that, just to lock that in. Completely self-reinforcing. Darby's megalomania hero complex is at maximum right now, and we're actively like preparing to get tailed and trying to flee, and probably eyeballing a different car to switch into, like to abandon this one and steal another one. Like at no point do we slow down. Like I am trying to be like maximum escape.
Okay. Switching back to a Voxe, who has seen all of this,
including the tongue thing.
Every event, every action was just another reason for me to get this footage off of here. Like, if anybody sees any of this.
So Avoxe up in the security
Jig is
room
up.
would have been able to hear what was being said over the radio. She was hearing like tires squealing and gunfire, but
Cackling.
Cackling? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Darby just overjoyed.
From an extra radio that is in the security room, she hears Kurt say, all available members of Bravo team, we might need to call in the trainees. Also, I need someone to review the security footage and give me a report ASAP.
See, when do I get to roll again? I'm trying to work really fast. Like,
oh, that's a good point.
I need to get 5 more successes to get this footage.
Give me
that's what I would.
A lot of turns have taken place.
Oh yeah, give me 3
We distracted.
more rolls.
3 more rolls. Hold on, how many dice?
You're basically you're gonna nail it unless if you botch. This was, I think, intelligence plus computers. So for Voxe, that is 5 dice.
Yeah. You were rolling 5d10s. That's 1.
It's 1 more.
What, is this, do you have a specialty in this security shit? Oh, Excavo does, but not a Voxe.
1, 2, 3.
2?
Oh yeah, I just need
3?
1 more.
1 more. I see it.
Okay.
And that's 2 more.
Got it. All right.
So what specific effect did you want to have?
So at this point, I would have gotten the footage, right? Off of there.
It was your intention.
It did take to your 3rd turn, so, I mean, presumably, like, the same time that you're hearing that message is when you
I would have
deleting
started to leave. Like, that was the only thing I was trying to do in there. I want to leave.
So it was your intention to delete all the footage from the security cameras since all of you showed up?
Since any of us showed up.
Okay. Cool. You accomplish that. You double check and you confirm that all local copies of that footage have been erased. You're smart. You're not quite as computer savvy as your Excavo personality, but something in you tells you to check for like, oh shit, are there automatic cloud backups? Is this already somewhere else on the internet backed up? You even do that. You double check. Nope. There's no, the cloud backups happen on a cycle every night at midnight. It's well past midnight now. You're good. You have confirmed. You have erased all video evidence of what has happened since all of you showed up. But you did, however, overhear over the radio that Kurt has ordered the guards to review the security camera footage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying. However, I remember how to leave. I basically tried to go the same way we came in because we didn't come in through the parking garage. We came in a different way.
Just the front door,
Or
basically.
window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a hole.
Yeah, through the window.
Darby made. All right. So what is your strategy? We can change the map to the 3rd floor here.
Dude, leave quickly, I guess. I'm not remembering if I need to do anything special because we've broken everything else. Essentially, I mean, I'd go. Well,
Do you have obfuscate? No. Is that a Malkavian thing?
Voxe has 3 dots of obfuscate.
Oh, snap.
Voxe can disappear and
Yes.
also take on the appearance of someone else.
can I do both of those things? Or can I just
Not in the same
disappear?
turn.
Is that enough?
You are an invisible disguise.
Unseen
person.
presence? Can I do that?
Yeah, but if your question is like, can both be active so that if one fails, the other is still working? Yeah, you can be both of those things.
Okay.
What do you look like?
I mean, I've seen the footage. I was watching. I probably just look like I don't know. Just pick one of them.
It's actually like really funny which one you choose. Like it's kind of amusing to hear which one of because they all went through some shit down there, and I'm kind of curious to see whose likeness
I
you
want to
would.
look like a combination of some of them put together, just like really generic, because I'm just going to be going really fast.
Shit. So you're like all of Bravo
like,
team.
hold on, I'm just going to be.
That is, I think, the original intention.
Now look, they're calling everybody in, but they didn't factor in like if somebody has to go to the bathroom, so they're going to see me running, but I'm going to look like I'm running in the opposite direction. But I'm like, I just need a shit. If anybody asks, I'm just like, I need shit right now.
But if nobody's watching you, just turning invisible should get you fair escape.
If anybody asks me, I'm not. That's my plan. I'm like, okay, if anybody like sees me, I'm just gonna like, you know what? I just need to go. Really
So,
wait.
So are you?
I'm just gonna try and book it. I don't know.
Invisibly or disguised?
I think I would try to be invisible.
Okay.
Or would I disguise first and then just be invisible? But if I'm spotted, I'm already disguised?
I'm going to say you can easily do a fallback where if you lose your invisibility, you automatically have your Mask of 1,000 Faces active.
Yeah. So I'm going to be invisible. To start. Plan A. Be invisible.
Okay.
Just book it.
So you start tiptoeing down the hallway. You know you have to be really quiet and careful when you're doing this. And as you get to the lobby of the third floor, you see another member of Bravo team rush up, and he's trying to run through the door that you just came out of.
Where is he coming from?
He's coming from the stairwell. And he's in a bit of a rush. You find yourself having to dodge him just a little bit quietly so he doesn't accidentally run into you. Could you give me a difficulty 5 dexterity plus athletics roll? That's going to be 7 dice for you.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep,
1,
you
2,
got
3.
it.
So many successes.
You moonwalk out of the way, and he passes you, and he goes into the hallway and runs up, presumably to the security room. The way is kind of clear to go down the stairwell and to go out. Yeah. And to go out into the lobby and to just walk back outside.
Grab my stuff.
However, you see that there are opportunities to snoop, to spy, to listen, to do all these things. Is Avoxe making the self-protective decision to just get out of this scary building as quickly and efficiently as possible? Knowing that the building will still be there.
I think in this moment, because of what happened, I don't think that I would have the gall to linger and snoop around in some way. I don't imagine my character doing that, especially Avoxe versus Excavo. Avoxe is focusing on self-preservation. She is leaving.
All right. And the last thing I'll say about the building is Avoxe would have also seen that, for what it's worth, the squirrel and Paddington have been left behind in the basement of this building. Not that I'm expecting that to really factor into anyone's decision
I feel like that would have been something I might have seen them maybe scurry away from view of the camera that I was looking at, but then assuming they're gonna figure it out, whatever. I need to leave.
They'll figure it out.
I have no deep connection with these creatures.
Not
top
of her priority list.
Tomatoes? I don't understand.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time in this campaign where I've genuinely felt perturbed about a decision I've made, and I feel it in my gut. I don't like that I have left Paddington behind. But the option, as far as we know, was death. They were saying hey, don't leave, but also they got guns. I don't know. But it's an emotionally evocative campaign so far.
Yeah,
it kind of feels like Paddington
tried to rescue them. They don't have any special information.
So Darby can see you're going through it, and he looks over and he looks you dead in the eye, and he's like, "We're going back for them. Just you wait."
I call Augustyn as soon as I am out of sight, out of earshot of this building. I'm curious how far away they've gotten in this amount of time.
So Avoxe, you book it out of the building, doing that thing where like you're power walking silently, not trying to make any extra noise, but trying to get the fuck out of there. And there is chaos happening. People are running around. People are yelling. You walk out. You see the broken glass everywhere. But you manage, no one stops you. You get out onto the streets and you just you're still invisible. You're just walking, you're blocks away, and you get an opportunity to call your allies. Nice.
I mean, I assume she calls Augustyn.
Mm-hmm.
Comrade.
Hey man, we're you forgot one. Where'd you go, man?
Darkus, whither to are we venturing?
I told you, we're gonna heal up, we're gonna feed, and we're going right fucking back in there. If I gotta launch myself out that trebuchet again, I will. We're going in hot, and we're getting Paddington back. And we're gonna see what that whispering's all about. That's Famine's house. Are y'all paying attention? Let's go. They can't even feed in here. We gotta go and wreck their shit. And they got your bear.
Indubitably. I admire the cut of your chin.
What time of night is it?
How far are we from Darby Manor? If I were to walk it, how far would that be? I would be looking this up on Google Maps.
I mean, you could just Uber too, right?
If you were,
it's the world.
I don't know. It's super late at night. I don't know if any Ubers are around.
So I don't actually know if Uber is reliably a 24-hour thing. It is about 3:30. It's a little later than 3:30 in the morning. Walking back to Darby
if it's a small
Manor
city,
would be,
they're not around.
It would be at least an hour to walk back to Darby Manor. And it's a decently sized city. It's roughly the size of Indianapolis. I think a bit less.
That's not bad. Am I hungry? I don't even know. I don't think I am.
I don't think
Darby is all about that food life. Because I am hungry, and I am feeling like I need to fuel up quickly to go back in there and finish the job.
Oh, by the way,
I'm looking.
Spirit touch.
Side note, New Cammack is the second largest city in Indiana. It's slightly smaller than Indianapolis. Most of the city is contained in a 10-mile by 10-mile square. Population about 800,000. For what it's worth.
Okay.
Something about Spirit's Touch?
Pretty big city.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because no. I was trying to think if I could get any sort of info just from like what I had touched while there, but probably not.
You would need to have an object with you and have time to, like, right now, commune with it and meditate with it to be able to get spirits.
I have the video footage, but I doubt that was, like, handled for a long amount of time.
Oh, let's clarify that. Did you not intend to just delete the footage, but you intended to download a copy onto a device and take that with you as well?
I thought it was already on like a device, but also backed up. So getting rid of all of it. I assume that there are hard copy backups made to what is saved to the cloud.
Well, I say that whatever your intention was, you succeeded in. Was your intention to just delete what existed or to also possess a copy of it?
I don't remember. I really don't.
I mean,
I know you
decide.
There's been a hard copy of it in exist. I mean,
you can just decide.
I think he was.
Want it.
So you just wanted to delete it.
I mean, we saw a lot of faces on there that I don't know if I'm going to remember them. I would want. I don't know.
Augustyn will.
I thought it was a hard copy. That's what I thought, and it was being backed up to the cloud, as well as being made into a hard copy every day. Like they have, I don't know, hard copies of it.
Well, let's
might
go
be
with
a little
this.
old school.
Let's go with this. What Avoxe succeeded in doing was removing all traces of the footage. So now no footage exists except the footage in Augustyn's mind, because his photographic memory locked everything
that's
in.
true.
Is Eid Mubarak.
Okay. So, yeah. So he would recognize, like, if we see any of them, like, if they're not all together, if we see, like, a member from that group again, Augustyn would recognize them.
Augustyn would be very likely to recognize one of them.
That's good enough for me. Yeah. I mean, it's a nice night. It's only 3:30.
So you were going to get...
I'm just going to go back to Darby Manor. That's where I'm going.
Not ask your allies for a ride or anything. Just walk your ass back.
I mean, are they not going to give me a ride? I had interrupted that conversation to...
Sure, yeah.
He said we could talk to each other. Like, you called him. We could pick you up. But, like, my
like
overarching...
you weren't going to give me a ride.
Oh, no.
Like, hey, one, where
I don't think we role-played that far.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean, is I interrupted that to ask a question. Well, I'm at, the corner of somewhere and elsewhere.
And
is there
Darby
any way you can
uses
come with
his...
me, or else I'm just going to have to walk the whole thing? We know what happened the last time somebody had to walk. I'm thinking of Archibald and Onion Jack in that whole thing.
I do believe a secondary mission is being concocted as we speak. What is your 20, as it were, that we might rally up and go...
I mean, I don't know the street names here. I'm somewhere between yada yada and someplace else.
You can just say that you give your location.
Yeah.
Okay. Darby changes course and goes to pick her up, but he's definitely like on the prowl for methed out snacks.
Okay. Great, I'll be here. Click.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So it seems like we're combining two different intentions. One is to pick up Excavo, and were you wanting to like cruise and hunt and then just head right back to the TCU building?
That's what Crazy Darby wants to do. He wants to fuel up on blood and go right back into the mix.
Okay. So
I think it's canon that I have like multiple points of meth blood on my person, like in jars. I think we established that a really long time ago. But I'm ready to just go feed. I'm ready to get like maxed out.
Yeah, I'm going to say a hunting roll is going to be necessary. And it's, unless if you are doing something unusual or reckless, or if you have a herd background to use, it takes an hour of time to get one successful hunt if you're doing it carefully and trying to avoid breaking the masquerade. But that is an hour that, let's say you've picked up a Voxe and all three of you can spend the same hour splitting up and hunting. Does that sound good?
Yes. Darby is being reckless. He is like all high on his own supply. He's motherfucking Indiana Jones, and he needs to get his go-go juice loaded with meth back into the action.
Darby boo-boo out here.
All right. So let's go with Darby first. Let's say downtown is an area that is easier for Augustyn and Voxe to find some random person to feed from. So I'm going to suggest Darby drops them off and then drives to a seedier part of the city where it's more likely that he could find someone for his refined palate.
Makes sense.
With that, please give me a skill plus ability roll. Describe what you're doing. Are you just hunting around till something triggers your meth spidey sense, and then you just you said you were being reckless, like not caring about the masquerade, like run up at someone in the middle of a bar?
The most primary thing is like speed. So like if I saw somebody just like on the street, I'd grab them. I'd use my strength to just drag him into the car and feed and like take all his blood and put him in the trunk.
Jeez. Good thing you dropped us off.
Well, the first blip on Darby's radar, he's going around the very like blue collar edge of the industrial district side of the city, and it's a little after 3:30 on a, what day of the week is this? On a Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. This
is Friday night, Saturday morning. So some very blue collar working class bars. They did last call, but there's still plenty of people milling around, and you see people like bouncers and bartenders are trying to shoo people out of the bar, but there's still plenty of people milling around out front, and your nose starts to tingle a little bit, and you're certain that there's a few candidates in this crowd in front of the bar, just kind of hanging out, not yet ready to go home.
Yeah, first one, he's just like, okay, you're coming with me. I know you. Just pretends like he knows the guy and physically just like drags him into his car. It's probably like unsettling for other people. He's like not going for subtlety, but he really is just his nod to being okay is like pretending like he knows the guy, but his heart isn't in it. He's not going for deception. He's really just going for manhandling the dude into the backseat of the car and driving away.
So your plan is pull him into the car,
yeah,
then immediately feed,
yeah,
and then drive away.
I think I don't want to like feed in front of all these people, but yeah, I think I'm like driving first, or maybe feeding and driving, putting him in the front seat. Really dumb shit. I'm not a smart man. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
Well, going into this, Darby fully expects that he just gets the vibe that he will need to fight this person and possibly his friends. Because he's not there at a bar alone. There's a crowd, and he's talking with people, and there are other like capable looking dudes that he's talking to.
Darby just doesn't have time for this shit. So he's like, nah, it's too public. I think he gives up on it, and he's like, on to the next one. Like he doesn't have time for a bar fight as much as he would love a bar fight. He just needs blood, and he needs it quick. And like fighting 6 guys is not what he had in mind. So he's like frustrated. He's just like, shit. And he just gets back in the car and drives away.
All right, with a little more driving, let's see if Darby can find a lady of the night who might be lingering on a street corner and not posing as much of a challenge. I think this is going to be a wits plus investigation roll.
Can I get streetwise?
Oh shit! Totally right. Streetwise.
I have 1 dot in each, but I get an addict bonus for this. Like I'm literally, the reason I have streetwise is so I can find my drug blood.
I'll give you that. Yeah, wits plus streetwise. It'll be 5 dice and a specialization for
you. Yeah. I think I did it.
Ooh.
I am fairly certain
4
that I
successes.
did it.
Yeah, you stop at a red light.
I mean, aren't we going? Let's see, six successes.
Oh yeah, correct. That would be 6 successes. So you get the vibe of what part of town would be advantageous for you, and you're driving and you stop at a red light, and conveniently, someone who smells like dinner to you comes up and leans into your driver's side window, asking if you could give her a ride. And go ahead.
Yeah, Darby just indicates to the passenger seat and very much nods to himself like he knew this was going to happen all along. And then as soon as she gets in the car, yeah, he just drains all of her blood.
So dark.
And I appreciate that. I will need a humanity check on that.
Yep. Give me a conscience roll. Difficulty 8. That is 3 dice for you. You've rolled well so far.
That ain't it. Oh, that is it. Wow. I feel bad about this, but I know that it must be done in the pursuit of these woodland creatures that I care about a lot for some reason, more than human beings. So, how much blood does one person have? 8 points?
Traditionally, prostitutes have 10 points.
Oh. Wonderful.
Sorry, any human has, any normal-sized human has 10 points of blood. So you actually don't get fully fed. You now have 15 of 20 blood points. But, and you have the corpse of a prostitute in this TCU company car.
So I think Darby is just going to leave that and go get a different car.
Just gonna leave it.
Yeah. I think that one's
Carjack again.
That one's used up.
Wow, this is so dark. Let's circle back to that. Avoxe, this will be the first time Avoxe has fed, actually. What strategy do you think you're going to go for? I don't want to belabor the hunting rolls too much, but let's at least pick like an attribute and an ability for the roll.
I think these mini scenes are the way to do it. It's like just the most efficient way to get through it.
Yeah. You can just say, you know, I'm walking down dark alleys until I find someone who happens to be close to shadows. And
Yeah, I would like look for somebody who's alone. Might be someone who's just chilling in an alley. Maybe that's where they're staying for the time being.
Well, you give yourself a full hour to walk
I
around.
would want to. I would steel myself and just like, I just want to get it over with. Like, this is not something that this character enjoys. Like, I understand that, like, it's to keep myself alive, but I just want to get it done. Just want to be over with. I want to be nice to people.
All right.
So I want to be sneaky and just quick. Just like they won't even know it happened.
That sounds like stealth plus dexterity, which is going to be 7 dice for you. And let's call that standard difficulty.
I mean...
Dope. You got it.
Yeah. 5 successes.
So our usual thing is you can take 3 blood points without causing major medical problems to your victim. And you are down 6. How much blood do you take from your victim?
I would take 6 if I could, because I don't want to do this again.
You can take 6, knowing that most of their blood would be gone.
I would take the 6. I feel like I'm gonna need it because of what I just came away from. I heard Darby yelling, even though like he wasn't the one talking to me. I could hear him yelling, like he wants to go back. Like, oh god, I need all the blood points. So I'm gonna take all 6.
Okie doke. You are now full of blood.
Okay.
Let me do
I kind of go, sorry.
Do a quick stamina roll. For
Very
this guy.
Midwestern of me. Oh.
What is Voxe's humanity? Yeah.
About to be less.
I don't know. You guys have a great history of beating all of your degeneration rolls. Voxe, go ahead and give me...
lost one.
Oh, yeah. Please give me a conscience roll. That's 3 dice. Difficulty 8. And as your anonymous victim goes limp and goes pale and gets a little visibly emaciated as literally most of their blood is sucked out of their body, you hear the gasps of them like trying to cling to life. You feel their heartbeat get weaker and weaker. And in the same moment, you are done with this vessel. You've pulled everything from them that you needed. You feel them give up the ghost and just die, fall down lifeless in the alley.
Wait, is my conscience the same for both of my characters? Scavo has 4 conscious dice.
That is, yes. Voxe has more courage, but less conscience. If that is something that seemed appropriate when we were putting it together,
makes sense.
If you would like, because there haven't been any other virtue rolls for Voxe yet, if
I
you
feel like a
to,
Voxe would have more of a conscience
and less
than Excavo. Excavo would be the more courageous one of the two.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. I will let you increase Avoxe's conscience and get another die or 2 to roll with. If you could tell me which other virtue you think should be sacrificed. If we're just moving these dots around.
Avoxe would have we'd essentially just switch one of the die between courage and consciousness, like the conscience.
Okay, so 1 less courage, 1 more conscience.
Switch one. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so roll 1 more die, difficulty 8.
Oh!
That's awful.
All
Disastrous effect.
So with that,
oh no,
with that
it's
last
bad news. Another derangement, right?
That last die being cast.
You might get another derangement from that?
You know, come to think of it, it was technically a botch. With that extra die being cast, not only does Avoxe not feel bad about this, she was like, I'm good at this. I'm good at, at keeping myself fed with the life of those who are lesser than me. You know, maybe these mortals really are just food for us, just prey. That guy didn't matter. Like, those thoughts start to creep in a little bit. And
oh no,
that's a yikes. That is a yikes.
Actually,
no.
I believe that when you botch a degeneration roll, you lose another point of humanity and a point of conscience. So that would put Avoxe back down to 3 conscience and down to 4 humanity.
So I lose 2 humanity when I botch?
2 of them. It's rough. And you can regain humanity, but it's
really hard.
It's tough. And also, for what it's worth, there are mechanical differences with lower humanity. You seem like less of a human. You can relate to humans less. But that also means fewer sins rise to the level of hurting your humanity more. So with lower humanity, these degeneration rolls will happen less often. You can get away with more stuff without it affecting your soul. So
because you already fucked
and then
it.
I just won't have one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
Augustyn.
This is supposed to be the good side.
Augustyn, who's done the most
God,
ghastly
less humanity
things without losing any humanity, amazingly.
Just the power of his own self-delusion. Amazing.
I happen to feel that with my high score in occult and high score in impeccable lies and subterfuge, I'm going to take advantage of the fact that we're kind of in like the range of the witching hours and venture to areas where known occult groups would gather for ritualistic activity and lie to them, saying that in this celestial alignment, the cosmic energies necessitate the presence of human blood and try and get a small gathering of them to give me enough blood to not kill them and fill me up.
I don't want to. Whatever you rolled for, I just don't want to know. I don't want to know about it. It's going to be upsetting to me. I can tell already.
Well, I thought that setup that Andy gave us was kind of absurd. This would be 3:30 to 4:30 in the morning, trying to find occult people just out doing something occult.
You know, occulty people.
So I was ready to
go to a cemetery.
That's precisely what I was thinking. I was like, well, maybe some like gothy high school, college age people are doing something in a cemetery, but like, I'm gonna roll this die, and it's not gonna be a 10, and I'm gonna say, yeah, you can't find anything like that because that's silly, and it's a 10. So, you're walking around.
That's
you happen to see from a distance, just right there, just told me this scene had to happen. You see from a distance the gates of a cemetery, and beyond those gates, you see a little hill, and you see the flickering of candlelight in the cemetery, and you get a little closer, and you peer through the gates, and you see that there's a circle of people clad in black, that they seem to be doing something in a circle. It seems very serious, but also they're laughing and they appear to be drinking. There is an open gate into this cemetery, and I assume you walk up to them and try to separate one of them from the group.
Oh, no. I'm speaking to the group.
No, he wants all of them to give him blood.
Because I don't want to kill anybody, but I need, like, a lot of blood.
Why don't you want to kill somebody? Out of all things.
He has such high humanity. He never wants to kill people. He just has to.
There's a gaggle of people alone in a cemetery. You would kill all of them.
Seeing them drinking and, with the candles under the moonlight, I try and manipulate and lie to them and beseech their good moons, comrades, the cosmic energies, beseech thee for thine bioluminescent gift of life. Coaxing them by offering them tantos and small vessels or insinuations that, like, hey, please, give your blood to the universe, and by the universe, I mean me.
Are you offering them the pointy end of the tantos?
Are you giving them tomatoes?
Are you offering it very quickly?
Repeatedly?
I'm giving them the handle end of the tantos, and if they were to take them, I begin bullshitting a little ritualistic carving in the dirt in front of them, trying to convince them that I am creating a ritual to channel the cosmic energies to best grant them good fortune and vitality in their days to come.
You do have impeccable lies.
All right, give me...
and I know a lot about the occult.
So, and this is going to be manipulation plus subterfuge. So you have 2 specializations, persuasive and impeccable lies. Please roll 8 dice. Difficulty 7 would be higher, but as I said, they are drunk. 8 dice, difficulty 7.
Uh-oh. Okay. I think that's it's a botch. It's not a botch. I think it's a 0. No successes.
Because you would get how many successes on a 10? Because you have 2 specialties.
I do have 2 specialties.
I don't think you can cash in a 10 for like 3 successes on 2 specialties. I don't think that's how it works.
So that's
fair.
So
0 successes.
You walk up to these people, you say you're gibberish, and they don't. It doesn't have the effect that you wanted. They think that you are someone in their community who's just come up to party with them, and they hand you a bottle of liquor, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, what's your moon sign?" I don't know how these people just shoot the shit and break the ice, but no one is offering you their blood at all.
Rude, honestly.
And it has, you had arranged with Darby and Avoxe to spend an hour and then meet up somewhere at some predetermined location after an hour. It took you an hour to find this place and to try to do your whole spiel and to confirm that that plan A is not going to work with them. Do you want to spend more time trying to hunt, or are you going to cut your losses and meet back up with Darby and Avoxe?
So not to take this fever dream a little too far, but I do need some hard math here. How many people are in this group?
Uh-oh.
D10
That's an
people are in this group.
alarming question. 5 regular
Leute.
humans.
What fucking humanity killing thing are you gonna do now?
Of God's children.
Oh. Where's your God now? Augustyn is here.
Human beings who
I don't
love
see
you.
him. I only see Augustyn.
You into their cult. Even though you were acting real sus and weird, you asked for everybody's blood, and they politely said no, and they're just like, they're looking at you with their puppy dog eyes. They're exposed underbellies.
I just wrote down for this title of the session, where is your God now that Augustyn is here?
Like, what unholy thing is gonna happen?
Okay.
Because you can pivot.
So I shoot Darby a quick message and tell him I'm going to be a couple minutes behind. We're in a cemetery. I assume there are trees nearby, or at least like scarce trees, plant foliage, like decorative.
You guys are under a fairly large tree on the top of a hill, in fact.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know how I don't see it coming.
What? Why else does he ask about the plants every time?
A tree. You gave him a tree.
I'm just thinking about world building. I'm thinking about like what is the scene in my head.
Oh, no.
I'm
What
not
is it?
remembering.
To be fair.
I'm not remembering that he's a botanical
Oh God,
nightmare.
What have you done?
So I wasn't thinking what you guys are thinking. Although what I'm thinking you guys are thinking is that's what I'm thinking you guys were thinking was like command the tree to just like roll like baking pin, just flatten and roll over these people and drink the remains.
That's more morbid than I was thinking, but Jesus Christ. I was like, yeah, have the tree beat him up.
We're going to turn them into
human I was thinking...
Oh.
This is sounding more
Reanimate a little bit, and that would be enough to convince people that you're a god.
But I happen to
look
up at my attributes and see that I have 4 points of dexterity, and for some reason, under specialty, I just put tackling. So my thought was...
How did you get good at tackling? Like, why is that something that you're good at?
I don't have that on my thing, but go ahead.
I don't remember. My thought was to kind of, since they seem distracted and chill and a little drunk, I was going to walk off, awaken the tree, and make it do horrifying things to spook them and provoke them to scatter. And as they were scattering into the night, use my dexterous specialty in tackling to, get the slowest one, like a lion chasing a gazelle, and just drain them and leave the body in the graveyard. Because what's one more dead body in a field full of them? But, everyone else gets to live. I'm just taking the weakest. I'm pruning them. I'm making their cult stronger by removing the weakest one from them.
All right. Well, if that's what you want to do, I will allow you to do that with a, for expediency, let's say you win your willpower. Oh, go ahead.
So the way I play this is because I want it to scare them. Like, I don't want them to drunkenly think it's just a tree. Like, oh, it's just rustling. Oh, we're just it's the shrooms are on. I walk off just out of sight into the darkness, and I find a suitable plant. I would like to use. Oh goodness, not Wake the Forest Asians.
Wake
Dancing
the Forest
Vines.
Asians? Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Dance of the Vines, and the order I give it is to aggressively feign the pursuit of me.
What does that mean?
Chase me. Chase me, but don't catch
actually
me.
get him.
Wait, so
Yeah.
you're trying to find some plant that could chase you so that they could see that you are the victim of...
Yes. And I want it... if I succeed in that, I want to run directly at them, screaming bloody murder. Oh my god, it's coming for me! To really just play it up and cause them just blood-curdling terror.
Well, I will have to say...
Turtle blood is gross. Are you sure that's what you want?
Yes. It's the texture I'm after.
It would need to be the tree.
Okay.
It's
so I step just behind the tree.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll step behind the tree, obscure myself from their vision with the tree, cast Awaken the Forest Ancients, and tell it to, writhe maniacally and try and grab me, but don't actually grab me.
Okay. This is so weird. All right, so you are spending a blood point, making you more hungry. And let's skip over the willpower roll. Just give me an intelligence plus occult roll.
And I do get a bonus dice from my shillelagh, don't I?
Indeed, you do. You have 2 extra dice for that.
Are you still wounded?
No, I'm not. I'm
full
health.
himself.
Oh,
That's
right,
why he
that's
has-
right. You
that's why he
healed
has the
yourself.
blood.
Never mind.
So 10d10
Of course.
going into this.
I remember when it's not applicable.
Somebody took all his blood
my
and
lord!
hid it somewhere.
That is
It's a lot of ones. You got 1 success, though. I believe
Well,
that
he's
means
got
it's active for 1.
4 ones and... Oh. Is it just standard difficulty?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it is active. And you must spend a blood point for every success. So it's awesome you didn't get 5 successes because you would have been out of blood. Well, you would have been able to choose how much blood to spend. But you spend 1 blood, and there is 1 turn in which this tree is active and uprooting itself and chasing you. And what
I come out from behind. I come out from behind the tree, running directly at them. I'm screaming as I'm coming out from behind them to draw their eyes that way. By God, your lack of blood sacrifices drop the ire of the cosmic gods! Run! And I just sprint right through them, and I'm trying to see which one is the slowest running away from me.
What if they just start trying to give blood instead of running?
Well,
Oh, that'd be fucking
I mean,
awesome.
that would be an ideal outcome, yeah. Take my
They're
sacrifice!
just like, oh, that convinced me. Guess I'm gonna...
So they drop their bottles and they start screaming, run! And they all start running in roughly the same direction as you, fanning out a little bit. And as I said, this is at the top of a hill, so everyone's running downhill. Have you ever seen any videos of that, what do they call it, like the cheese chase? The cheese roll? You know what I'm talking about, right?
You like chase a wheel of cheese?
They roll it down like a really steep hill.
And everyone almost
Yeah.
dies, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that. So you've put everyone into a panic, and they're tumbling down this hill, getting injured, and just as soon as the chase started, the tree just stops and puts down roots in a different place. No one notices this. Everyone is still running. And people are starting to scatter, but one of the people near to you has fallen and really knocked the wind out of themselves, and this gives you an opportunity to feed from them. how much blood do you take from this poor,
All of it.
deeply confused? Holy shit!
No.
It knocks the wind out of them, and it is the last breath they take.
Jesus Christ, man. He can't keep getting away with this.
If he keeps his humanity and I don't, I'm gonna be so mad.
You lost 2.
I lost 2. Like, my humanity is lower than Excavo's. Okay. Like, no.
Ooh. So hey, guess what, Augustyn? You topped yourself. Oh no, you're one shy of topping yourself off. You have 14 of 15 blood points, and
You want to make that happen.
Everybody's side game. Does Augustyn keep his humanity? I got 6 dice at what's the difficulty?
You have 4 dice. Difficulty, standard difficulty is always 8 for degeneration rolls.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was looking at humanity, not conscience.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What'd you say the difficulty was?
8. I'll be goddamned.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker.
Augustyn is, I was going to say God's chosen, the devil's chosen.
He doesn't have a derangement. Like, this shit just happens for him.
I need to feel better.
And he feels, what it means is he feels terrible every time. He's like, oh, it is so awful that I had to kill that person again.
Hey, here's something else. Augustyn
like the
is
CEO of every oil company.
We're sorry.
Augustyn is really role playing his nature, so he just got a point of willpower back too.
Oh wow, unreal!
Proving definitively
Unreal.
that there is no such thing as karma in New Cammack.
Jesse sums it up.
So that didn't take much more time than what was originally planned. So we're going to say wherever all of you arrange to meet up, Augustyn is only a little late. Where do you meet up? I guess Darby was kind of calling the shots.
Some other alleyway, I guess. I don't know.
Nearby to TCU. What car are we in? Do we need to roleplay that? Like, I ditched the car, so we have to get a different one.
You ditched the car. How are we going to get around?
You want to take one?
I'm gonna
one of yours.
Yeah. Well, whatever's close by. Like, how did we get here? I know how Darby got here. How did they get here?
Oh yeah. I think the one of the vehicles.
We really got to start. We really got to start like keeping track of the vehicles that we take. It matters a lot. Strangely. Okay, so yeah, Darby.
Because Augustyn and I drove to where you had landed after launching yourself across the city.
And the Escalade, hasn't that been destroyed?
The Escalade was banged up in the chase, but not destroyed.
It was destroyed, then fixed, and then wrecked.
Wrecked again, but you guys are still driving it around? You guys are still driving it around, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So we never got all that far away from TCU, so we just walked back, reclaim the beat up Escalade, and as soon as Augustyn's in, I'm like, y'all ready? And we're going back. And we're coming in so hot. This is so dumb. Yeah, we're going directly back into where we just were.
How much time do we have left until like the sun rises? Because it's like what, 4:30 now?
It is. We're gonna say it is.
I mean, you can look this up on the exact day that it was or whatever.
It is 4:30, and on September 12th. Sorry, that's today.
It's
And
April.
on May 3rd, 2020, sunrise is going to be in a little over 2 hours. It's
Oh,
at
that's enough
6:22
time to get real unpleasant.
Oh no.
So, where do you ditch the TCU vehicle?
Wherever I parked to kill the hooker. I mean that's just like where it is. There's just a dead hooker in the trunk now.
On the street.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just
say
like in a bad part of town, like wherever I pulled over to acquire the hooker is exactly where the car is still. It's probably the hooker's like spot that she takes people or whatever. That's close by wherever she was working.
she's famous there. Everyone loves her.
Yeah.
They have a nickname for her. She has a parade float.
If Darby killed another beloved new Cammack celebrity,
She was the mayor.
God bless.
So,
Jesus.
I'm going to say if you were driving far from downtown and then walking back downtown, that's going to add another hour. All of you have cell phones to coordinate this stuff, but that would put us at 5:30, giving you a little over an hour before sunrise. Does this change your strategy at all?
No. Probably should,
So,
but it doesn't.
so our mission is just to get in, get the critters, and get the fuck out.
Max Carnage. We take the MKT. We're in and out. We get our guys. We see what's up with the whispering because I think it's probably kind of important. And then
We have an
you're
hour.
thinking, all right. So we're in and out.
We got to get the companions.
It's like a heist.
That's the target.
All right. We got to also get my shit because my hat is up there.
Okay.
I will not leave a hat behind.
All right. As I rolled for this, as you pull up, you see a TCU vehicle exiting the parking garage and just leaving in a different direction with some guards in it, oblivious to you having returned back to the scene of the crime.
It's the
Yeah,
perfect
if it's
plan.
People
You'd never
coming
see
and
it
I
coming.
duck anyway.
if it's possible to like literally slip into the garage before the garage door closes behind them, like that's how up their ass we're gonna be. Like they pull out, I let them drive a beat away, and then I like turn my busted Escalade into the same driveway and try to slip under the garage door before it closes.
Wow. So let's say that's
I'd be
the
able
end
to hack the door to open if we needed it.
well. Let's address all that stuff in the next session. This is a good starting
Yes.
point.
Yes.
This was wild. This is not.
Is this where you thought the session was going to go when you
How much of
prepared?
this did you have figured out? Nothing?
Completely different direction. I had there's a lot of stuff going on in that with all of those characters that you just drove past and their intentions, just what's going on in that building, and most of the session taking place just not in that building at all. It was not something that I anticipated. Also, once you escaped, I didn't anticipate you'd be like, yeah, let's get right back in there.
Yeah, I thought that would be a nice touch.
Wow. Well, Darby is nothing if not
Oops.
committed to his.
Well, and you got a derangement from failing a humanity check, and here we are,
Oh.
because only Augustyn can just murder with impunity.
Say, I am a little astonished. I don't feel bad about it, but I am curious. I would need to look back at what my body count is at this point.
Oh, I have that, in fact, written up.
What? Do you have our body counts?
The heading literally says body count, and I need to add to Augustyn a goth weirdo in a cemetery. completely drained after being spooked with an animated tree. And Darby,
Mine would have gone
it's
up
a
one.
long list.
Darby.
Darby killed...
Is my list the longest list?
Darby killed a Charlie team member by biting and gnawing and draining him. Oh, also Augustyn killed a Charlie team member by deleting his head with fungalmancy.
That was gross.
And also a Bravo team member presumably killed him by
Puppeteering?
filling him with a ficus tree. So, here's your body count. You have collectively killed a rat swarm in the Nosferatu tunnels. Archibald killed Paramedic, the pet snake of the Horseman Death, and the sad mime ghoul. Augustyn has...
Oh no, the sad mime ghoul. That was such an unforced murder hobo spree that we went on there.
Barry...
One from today.
Barry Bilson killed 3 ghouled pigs. Augustyn has 6 that he has killed. Presumably an orc whose throat was slashed. And on your first night here, a hitchhiker who was completely drained, a driver who was flagged down and half drained, then chopped up and buried in the garden, and then
so fucked up.
And then the 3 tonight, Darby has killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Who was Mama, a drained mortal, Pappy Abbott of the Abbott family abattoir, who's shot in the face. Thurgood.
Oh, he's coming. Fuck that guy.
Thurgood accidentally killed a TCU guard with Darby's hat. Zombie Mama, I guess that counts as 2. 2 zombies, I guess that should count as 2, in Death Sanctum. The Lady Mime Ghoul, who was shot in both knees and bled out. Brain Bucket, who was hit with a car. Another biker ghoul who was hit with a car. 2 other biker vampires who were hit with cars and then bitten to seal the deal. And then finally the Charlie team member. Excavo has killed 2 people. 1 person...
You monster!
Oh, sorry. And 1 more tonight.
Today. Does that include the time I diablerized someone?
You know, I don't think I have included
Does
those.
that count as killing someone?
Excavo Diableraz, Pestilence.
And I got the other one.
Darby got Death. But Excavo, so I guess that's 1 more for Darby. Excavo has killed 4. Pestilence, 2 people who were fed on, and Zombie Wally, the undead alligator.
It's amazing you got that kill. We wailed on that for a long time.
The last hit.
I gotta say, still having 5 humanity is pretty good for all that murder. Like,
I'm not there.
I'm not a
Humanity does sound good.
Literally double.
Wait, what?
4.
I had 6, not a 5.
Oh, for you. I thought you were talking about Avoxe. Avoxe is 4, Darby is
5. Oh, no. No, I'm saying I killed a lot of people and I still have 5 humanity. It's like kind of amazing.
I gotcha. I got confused.
Maybe I should have done a retroactive humanity check about killing Mama the Bear. I don't think I ever did one. I was being attacked. Like, bear was trying to kill me.
I just felt so attacked.
All right. Well, experience points.
Yeah.
Let me see here. If Darby is still waiting for his 4th dot of fortitude, he needs to wait for 2 more sessions to get that.
Oh, we're coming up. Let's go. Just what I need, more fortitude.
If Augustyn is still saving for his 5th dot of manipulation, he will also still need to wait for 2 more sessions to get that. Augustyn, by the way...
He's been working for it.
Augustyn spent experience points to get the first dots of conjuration and transmutation, but has not yet had a chance to train in that and actually get those disciplines. I'm looking forward to that. I do have them
written on paper.
If we live through the night, maybe tomorrow. Maybe
presumably after. That's basically my next objective after we rescue Paddington. Like, yeah.
I want to just bring up again that the original idea after Archibald went into torpor was, we'll just do a few we'll just fast forward a week and get a bunch of stuff done and then he'll be awake. And that is not how that actually played out at all.
Yeah, I started launching myself across town, so things really escalated.
That's really where all this started.
Honestly,
and
yes.
Look what you've wrought.
It's a bunch of dumb shit, and I'm not remotely sorry.
Well, let's see here. That brings us to Avoxe, who has 8 experience points to spend. I don't think we never said explicitly how the experience points, whether they get like the same amount of experience gets to be spent on like differently on both character sheets, or if it's one character sheet or the other. What's definitely simpler from a record keeping perspective is when you have experience points, you get to hold on to them and put them on whichever character sheet you want, but they only go on one or the other.
I don't know. That seems pretty punitive, right? Like the upkeep of XP on 2 character sheets. I get it's like a big advantage to be able to play 2 characters, but that feels pretty punishing working toward goals and essentially getting half as much XP as everybody else.
Well, I think the counter argument is in the same way that Excavo has not been involved in the last few sessions, Archibald has been inactive, so he hasn't been accumulating any experience points. So Avoxe has been accumulating these experience points, and it's kind of an extra bone to throw to Kimber that they can be transferred over to... They don't have to be spent on Avoxe. They could be spent on whichever character sheet she wants, but just not like split so both of the characters build up. It's just like one or the other.
I would propose that she goes back to getting 3
like a backup
instead
of 2.
Yep, and if she can only spend them on one character sheet, I think she should go back to our original experience allocation, because like it is punishing. Like, I get it. I understand your logic. I think that makes sense. But I think if you don't want it to be just a pure penalty that she has to maintain 2 character sheets, that's what I would
like. I see Avoxe as my backup. Like, that is like if Excavo has been severely injured, then I change into this other character. So I'm not going to be putting points into that character. I'm just going to be putting them into Excavo.
Well, you can, actually, if you'd like to. You have 8 experience points, and you can put them onto Excavo's character sheet if you want to.
I would. The only thing is, I wouldn't have any like lore to like explain why Excavo's getting these points and not. I mean, I guess like Excavo technically didn't do anything to earn a point in something.
I would...
But she was technically there? I don't know.
I'd give you this. Because Excavo has had some much-needed, like, timeout time, if you wanted to buy another dot of willpower for Excavo, I would say that would be justified. Because she's been put on pause, and she's essentially like just meditating through this whole thing while Avoxe takes over. But also, you can just hang on to the experience points and use them for.
Which is a dot of
whatever you want to.
willpower. No, that's useful.
It costs your current rating, so it'll cost 5 points to get a 6th dot of willpower.
Willpower's so
I'm gonna do
good.
that.
It's
So
like
it costs
really
5
good.
points. Yeah.
And generally, the storyteller will make you work for it. So I think that's like pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Dope. All right. A 6th dot of willpower, and that is recorded. And you do have 3 more points if you want to use them on something.
No, I'll just save them.
Okay. Cool. Well, do we have any other feedback about tonight's session?
I think that fortitude is the dumbest discipline, level 1 through 5, and you just pay more and more for additional dice. Like, more and more experience for the exact same benefit at diminishing marginal return until you get to level 6. And I am just on like a year's journey of doing this shit, and it's frustrating. And I just need you as the arbiter of White Wolf, as the author of this whole, world, to hear that feedback. It's very disappointing.
That you very much want to get to, is it called personal armor?
Personal armor, level 6, elder level fortitude. It's just the most Darby possible ability to have. People's weapons just break on your body.
And imagine
Take
that happening.
For hitting you.
Imagine just watching someone break a baseball bat over the head of David Attenborough.
Yes.
And
then like hurting themselves. That was an evolutionary mistake.
Your bloodline ends here.
Until next time.
This has been
The
absolutely
circle
wild.
of life has been broken.
I could
Yeah,
not
this
have predicted where
this one was very fun. Very fun, and we didn't die. So I'll take it.
We didn't die. I still have the residual curiosity. Like, I'm curious. I did definitely get the vibe that there was a lot that, like, I doubt they would have killed us if we had just hung out there. We could have played it differently and probably talked it up. And now we won't know. But I don't know. Your idea to
without Darby, we could have full hog thrown himself at the building.
I did have fun playing along with your harebrained scheme. That was goofy as shit, and I'm really enjoying at this point just like
up.
Being able to team up, but also like I've realized the true magnitude of what I can do with Green Path, and I just gotta say it is so goddamn fun to play with that. It's not just for killing.
Fight every time. I mean, it's mostly for killing.
Mostly for killing, but this time it was for thrilling. I mean,
the actual thriller dance that Micus the Ficus did.
But he still died.
I'm gonna just throw this out too. So Augustyn has been giving Elizabeth Blackburn.
That sounds right.
Lady What's Her Fuck.
Yeah, that's right. Lady What's Her Fuck.
Yeah,
Like
at the. Oh, yep, got it right. Has been giving her lessons in the Green Path because it's a relatively rare path that no one else has in this area, and
is the fungalmancy thing like Augustyn unique? Is that like his special? Like he's probably the only person on Earth that knows how to do that.
That has been invented by Augustyn. Yes, he did not learn it from anyone else. And I actually think that what would be more proper is to, if Andy's interested in exploring that more, that should probably be a separate path of thaumaturgy, and we could start regarding it that way. But I wanted to say that it makes sense to me that when Augustyn goes back to Lady Elizabeth and gives what I think will be the final lesson in the Green Path of his sentence, where he has to tutor her. I think that he will probably throw out some information, not just like, hey, here are some powers, here's how you do these things, but like, here are practical applications for these powers. And Augustyn would probably bring up all the jams that the Green Path has gotten him out of, and the way he's weaponized the thaumaturgical path. And I think it might be the beginning of the idea of weaponized Green Path spreading among the Tremere clan, because I'll say that is not something that really came from anyone except for the demented mind of Augustyn. So I think in this world, Augustyn is the originator of what do we want to call, like, the dark Green Path.
The forest green path.
I'm cool with that. I will say I'm still riding the high of the fact that I was able to roll, or I was allowed to role play the proportionality of the fungalmancy. I'm going to dump more willpower into it, and it is proportional to my screaming. And just yell louder to make him melt harder was
Super
also incredibly gratifying. Yeah, it was super fun. But yeah, having a blast with the tools and toys you're giving us to play with, and
I just
we don't squander
lived
by getting ourselves kill murder.
I got to Indiana Jones today. Who among us hasn't dreamed a dream to Indiana Jones successfully? And I got to live that dream today.
And the Fred is all the
I got to be
successes on that
invisible.
tongue hat thing. It's just rolling.
See, that's like I want a Voxe to have tape of that only. Like, did you delete that clip? I need that. I need that for my reels.
Augustyn would be able to recreate that from memory, like a sketch artist.
We'll revisit that next time.
All
right.
Well, I think that's tonight. That's it. It's a wrap.
Later, y'all.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Awesome session. Love you guys.